Good afternoon, I hope everyone's well today and had a reflective Remembrance Sunday. Today is about the war dead, not really much about anything else in my opinion. We need to reflect on their sacrifice and what it was for. It wasn't for pronouns, I'll just put that out there. When I see the disrespect shown to certain MPs, such as Nigel Farage and the Reform movement at the CENOTAPH, it bothers me because they are elected officials and they are elected representatives. A lot of people online are saying they weren't allowed to lay a wreath at the War Memorial today because they have only got 5 MPs. The DUP have only got 5 MPs and they put a wreath down. So I'm not buying that at all. I think it's more about gatekeeping parties that aren't establishments out of the establishment, in my opinion. Your mileage may vary on that point, but that's my view on the matter. When you look at the rogues gallery of the Labour Party and you see the disgraced war criminal Tony Blair at the Cenotaph, it makes me want to heave. It makes me want to puke. He should be in prison. Again, that's just my opinion on that particular matter. But according to the UN, it was an illegal war that we were dragged into. Reform is the 3rd largest party in the UK by vote share. And they are building on a day-by-day basis. And when their supporters and people who support Reform see this, you just make them more emboldened. I'm more emboldened when I see this outrage. When you think about the war dead, think of any soldiers that you may know. Reach out to them and see if they're okay, if they want a cup of tea, if they want a chat. Any single human life is a waste if it's been lost in the field of war, in my opinion. I'm not against war, but it should be a last resort. When we have politicians like Tony Blair sending our people over to foreign wars in foreign lands on the basis of dodgy dossiers, that's not acceptable. It's not their kids that are being sent to die. It's not themselves that are taking the bullets. What's it to them? Well, it's a lot to me, and it's a lot to most people that value our service personnel. I remember when I was a child, I went over to my granddad's house in Widnes, and he was too young to fight in World War II. But he showed me some paraphernalia. He showed me a bayonet, which is like the knife that goes on the front of a rifle. I don't actually think it's from World War II. I don't think they were used in World War II. It was from World War I. And he took me into the garden, and he showed me a air raid shelter that they used as well. So, in my living memory, there are signs all around that we were nearly taken over by a foreign power, and we stood alone at some points to defend the freedoms that we all take for granted. I want to thank our soldiers and I want to thank our personnel for everything they do to keep us safe. I think that the way they are treated by the government is a disgrace. The poppy appeal shouldn't be needed, but it is needed, which is why I always donate. Thank you for watching this video. I'm going to pull a video on now, it's only a quick video. This is why I'll never vote Labour again, because this is what the Labour Party thinks of our soldiers. Thank you for your time.
You lied this country into a war that cost thousands of lives.
Well,
Let him on.
Boris Johnson ate some cake.